Jumping into my movie watch list for this week, I have movie notes on Tron Legacy, 2010 film, 22 July 2025 viewing. I am Tanis Leonhardi of Seattle, and here I talk through my movie notes for my Tuesday, 22 July 2025 viewing of 2010 film Tron Legacy, which is a film about a son of a businessman who goes searching for his father inside a computer in an arcade that includes vehicle games on the grid and a human-designed program who the father tasked with creating a perfect system in the computer and now wants to get out of the computer. I guess that's just the program wants to get out of the computer, specify here. So essentially, the dad gets trapped in this computer and the son goes looking for him and finds the computer in an arcade. And so it's about him finding his dad, but then also trying to get the dad out. And there's some really cool, they have like these lighted uniforms and outfits that they wear in the computer. And there's like white and yellow and orange or slash orangey red. And it has really cool like vehicle games. And so what are the games vehicles like? And so it's like they can be program v program or program v user kind of thing. And a user is like a human who plays on a computer. Whereas the program is what's on the computer. And so they can take different formats, and one of the formats is a vehicle. And so the vehicle starts out like a glow stick, but like it lights up. So maybe like it starts out like a flashlight, but like a glow stick. So then it lights up. And then it transforms into a low-lying motorcycle of sorts, meaning that instead of like a cruising motorcycle where arms are up and the person sits up, or a sporting motorcycle where a person kind of arches forwards, this is a low-lying motorcycle, meaning they like lie down to drive this motorcycle of sorts. So a vehicle, not a car. And each one has a big and wide front tire and a big and wide back tire. And so I was like watching it. It's something I've watched this a number of times throughout my life, and I was like, could I build one of these? I was like, that would be a great thing for me to work through if I go the PhD in physics in Italy attempt and, all caps, and attempting building a car for my Brad Pitt and my Lewis Hamilton. What about me? All right, so essentially I'm like, PhD, especially if I'm focusing on particle physics / condensed matter physics or particle physics in condensed matter systems, right? How far can we take that physics to build like a vehicle like this, especially if I'm like gaining technical expertise and experience with building a car for two individuals? Like, what about me? What am I going to build myself, right? I'm building them a car. I'm like, what if I built one of these? Okay, and so one of the movies, or not one of the, one of the vehicles from this movie, if I can figure it out, so that's the what about me, I could store it in a shoebox in my bedroom. See, like, I find that very cool. Like, I could, like, it takes up maybe a little bit more space than this, and I could put it in a shoebox, and then I could, like, take it out of the shoebox and go out into the driveway and be like, whoosh, and it becomes a motorcycle of sorts. Space saving. So I think that sounds pretty cool. It's like, there's the vehicle designing other than cars. I have actually thought about that before. I thought it was very cool. I remember watching this like closer to when it came out, like 2010, and being like, a lot of people might watch this and get a motorcycle, but I think it would be cool to build and drive one of the, like, the thing in the movie. Okay, so I can think of that as if I actually do put effort into that, and whether I do or not. A legacy of Tron Legacy is Tanis being like, but can I actually do that? Self-challenge, right? Challenge to myself. So they're going to be part of my family. So a bit about my family. I was like, sometimes I'm just like, but it's so cool and it's so non-existent. But could I? Yeah. So there we go. There's my movie notes on Tron Legacy 2010 film, 22 July 2025 viewing.